All right. Hello, happy Flow Friday. Got some fun stuff today, hopefully nice and energizing, and also coming off of our hip and ankle week this week. We're definitely going to be getting into those hips and working those kind of new moves we've been working on and strengthening and mobilizing. So let's take it down to the floor. We're gonna start with some warm up from the ground up. Lay down on your belly. And let's just start with a big stretch. So reach those arms forward, reach your toes like you just woke up in the morning and you're taking a big stretch. And then you can bring those hands back to your shoulders, right under those shoulders. Keep your butt jiggly and your legs relaxed. We're gonna exhale, push up off the ground, and keep the butt jiggly and back down. Inhale. Let's take 10 times. Exhale. And inhale down. Keep those legs relaxed. And your elbows tucked in. Last 5. Last 3 and 2 and last 1. You can come back down. Keep your hands where they are. We're going to go into our scorpion roll. Reach up and over for the floor, and nice and slow come back 10 times, 5 each side. Like to inhale, reach, exhale, roll in. Halfway. Last 5. Last 2, 1 each side. And then with that, go ahead, roll over all the way onto your side. You can take your top leg up at a 90-degree angle. Hold onto your knee with your lower arm that's on the floor. We're going to reach our arm forward and open it all the way up with the goal of reaching our shoulder down towards the floor. Let's do it again. Reach forward and open up. And one more big reach and open. Let's switch sides. Take it onto the other side. Same process, laying on your side. Let's take that top leg bent up about 90 degrees and top arm opening up. The goal is to get our shoulder to the floor. And with that, let's roll all the way over. You can push up into quadruped position, hands and knees. We're gonna do our hip cars. Let's take a big cat-cow first. Find our neutral spine. Push all the way up and all the way exhaling into that cow pose. Find your neutral spine. Hold that core nice and tight. Start with one side, bringing your knee up to the chest. Out to the side, all the way up, all without moving your core. You want to keep your spine neutral and core engaged. It's like you're fighting yourself, really pushing through the hip joint to isolate that movement. On your third one, bring it back up into the chest and reverse direction for another 3. With that, we're gonna bring it around, switch sides. Let's take a cat-cow in the middle, reset our spine. Inhale and exhale. Find that neutral spine again, engage your core, and second leg into the chest, out to the side, and up, back in, a big circle. In reverse direction, send it back. Then bring it back to the middle. One more cat-cow. Inhaling into cat, exhale. Into cow, dig your toes under and send it up and back into a downward dog. You can walk out those heels. And let's take a three-legged dog, one leg up, keep your hips neutral. And then bring that knee into the chest, planting it between your feet up at the top of the mat. It's okay if you need to move it with your arm. Open up that same arm up into a big rotation. Straighten out that back legs, hips straight, pull your feet towards each other on the floor. And let's bring that hand down. We're gonna straighten out through our front leg, pushing our hips up and back to stretch both hamstrings. Keep those hips straight. Pay attention to which way your pubic bone is facing. And we can release that stretch, come back down. We're gonna send it back to our downward dog. Let's work the other side, three-legged dog. Hips stay neutral. And bring the knee into the chest, into that low lunge, hips nice and straight. Let's open up in our rotation. Nice deep breath. Big inhale, back down. Exhale, push up and back. Keep that back nice and straight as well. Nice deep breath and release, send it back into downward dog. And let's finish with an inchworm. Our feet up to our hands. Inhale, hands to the shins, glance up with a flat back. Exhale, roll down and roll back up. All right, so hopefully you're feeling good and juicy, nice and warmed up. We're gonna get started into our priming set. So grab a kettlebell here. If you wanna start light, we're gonna do 3 rounds. You can maybe work your way to medium. We've got around the world coupled with some halos. The around the world, we're gonna pass in front and back, standing, front and back, after, I don't know, I said that weird, after 30 seconds, you're gonna go over to the side, twist your hips, smack that kettlebell with your open palm, send it back. We're gonna go 30 seconds in the other direction. After that, we're gonna bring our kettlebells up, hold them upside down, goblet style. We're gonna go around and reverse. Halos both directions for 30 seconds. All right. We're gonna rest in between. Get ready to start. Starting with around the world, forward and back. Let's go, pass them around. Keep the knees soft. And I like to make sure my hands touch. The longer your arms are, the easier, the closer up you hold towards your waist, the more shoulders you're gonna get here. Halfway through, we're gonna switch in 10 seconds. So now we're gonna bring it around, twist the hips, smack, send it back. We've reversed direction. Try doing different heights. Bring it up high, down low, core is engaged. Halfway, 15 seconds. Last 10. And let's bring it up. Goblet style. We're gonna halo both ways. You don't have to go fast. We're warming up our shoulders. We're priming our shoulders. So nice controlled movement is preferred over just whipping it around. Last 10 seconds. And we're going to rest. All right, so if you want to go up for your next round of the warm-ups, you can choose a heavier weight. I'm gonna see how I do here on my medium. But we're just priming. We still have flows to get to. Let's get ready. And we're gonna go around the world. Pass in front and behind. Now remember, we have both ways and halos, so if you went heavier, remember to save some shoulders for those halos at the end. 10 seconds. Get ready to switch. Bring it around, pivot the hips, smack it back. Got that breath going. Last 10 seconds. And let's bring it up, halos. Last 10 seconds. And resting. We've got one more round of our priming, and then I'm going to go over the moves for our first flow. Halfway through that rest, get ready for your last set here. All right, here we go. Around the world. Last set. Get ready to switch in 10 seconds. Here we go. Pivot and back. Halfway. Last 10 seconds. And spring it up. Last halo. All right, woo. Rest time. All right, so We're going to be getting into our flows now. I thought it might be helpful. We're going to go over each move kind of individually and then put them all together. Maybe we kind of do that already. So, first one, we're going to start with a dead lift. This is going to be a 2 hands on 1 bell kind of flow. So we're going to deadlift that weight up and down. Nice straight back. You want to make sure you're not cranking the head. Keep your eyes focused on the ground about 6 feet in front of you there. After you do your 1 deadlift, we're going to come down, use our hips to high pull up into a goblet for a squat. From here, we've got lateral lunge. Then we're going to turn 90 degrees with our foot, step it back into a kind of it's like a lateral lunge, right? I got my lateral to the side, but we're going over and behind. Need to make sure I have enough room. So I have my lateral and diagonal. And then it starts again. I go back, my deadlift. Now I go high pull. Got my squat, lateral, and diagonal. I'm gonna remember. I have a very small space. I'm gonna run out of room. There we go. All right. I'll be in frame as much as I can for this. So a wide flow. So if you're at home, have a big circle because you're gonna be stepping both sideways and back. So step back this way, step back this way. Make sure you've got room to move. Okay. So we know how we usually do our flows. We're going to do a minute. We've got 4 rounds. We're going to work for a minute. We're going to rest for 30 seconds. I'm going to count us through, talk us through the whole first round, the whole first minute. I'll call out the moves, and then we'll progress from there to a call-free flow. So let's begin, starting with our deadlift. Up in front of that bell, bell's in between the legs. 1 deadlift up, halfway down, pull it up into a goblet squat. Step it to the side, lateral lunge, then we're going to step it diagonally and back. Now bring it back down for your deadlift. Another one, halfway down, high pull to your goblet squat. Now step it laterally and then diagonally back. Put your butt into the mirror like me. Deadlift, up, halfway, pull to your goblet squat. Here we go, lateral and diagonal. Back down to deadlift, halfway, high pull. Let's squat and finish, lateral and diagonal. Bring it back down in a deadlift to rest. All right. It's a big flow. So, second round, I'm going to call it the first 30 seconds. After that, you will be on your own. Set up with our kettlebells right in front of us. Make sure you have room to move. All right, let's get set and ready. Here we go. Start with that deadlift, all the way down, all the way up, halfway, high pull, goblet squat, take it lateral lunge, and then diagonally back. Reset, deadlift, high pull to goblet squat, lateral, and diagonal. All right, time to flow on your own.
Did you hear that happy feeling in that tune? You know that feeling, perfect. It's the feeling you have when something good happens. The feeling that comes when you have a wonderful time with your very best friend, or when you receive an invitation to a party. If you have these instruments, get them and be ready to play them. If you don't have them, clap when an instrument plays. Let's begin.
Last 10 seconds. now resting. All right. This next round, whew, I'm gonna call out just once each time for one side, and then we're gonna do a whole minute of just flow time. Have those bells. All right. Start with your deadlift. High pull to goblet squat, lateral lunge to diagonal, and flow. Breathe with your movement. Inhale, exhale. Last 10 seconds. All right. Whew. Rest. One more set. One more set, and it's all flow. All right. Get ready. All right, here we go. Halfway. Last 10. And resting. Really nice. Really, really nice. Good. All right. Let's enjoy a minute to rest. And I'm going to talk about our second flow. So, we have B stance clean. This clean means that the B stance, as opposed to just regular, you're going to put one leg back and have those toes. Now don't sit your hips back. Have your hips right over your forward foot. So you want those hips centered over this foot, not in between your 2 feet. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to come back, hinge back. We have this kettlebell in this hand. We're going to kick this leg as we clean, step it forward into a forward lunge. All together. I've got my B stance. I come back, weights in my forward leg. I'm gonna pop my hips, pull, forward lunge. From there, step back, a little bit of a squat, into a rotational thruster. All right? Go through each side. B stance, center your weight, come down, kick, clean, step forward, step back, squat, punch to the side. I'm pivoting off that back toe. Weight is in my straight leg. I'm gonna bring it down. For our switch, we're gonna roll over, just like that. So then, when I set up, I'll set my leg back and hang that kettlebell down to do the other side. Kick, clean, step, step back, squat, thrust to the side. All right, so this is definitely a little bit new when it comes to stuff that we've been doing, some combos. Choose a lightweight, do not go fast, okay? These are rotational and power movements, so it's not about how much you can do in a flow. I would really like you to focus on quality of your movement, right? That is always what I would prefer. So, that being said, same thing as our last flow. We're gonna do 4 minutes. I'm gonna talk us through our whole minute of our first round, and then we'll go from there. Let us begin. So start with your kettlebell in one hand, set that leg back. You're gonna hinge slightly, clean and kick. Then let's drop into a forward lunge, push back, put the foot down, squat, rotational thruster. Now roll to the other side, so it's front racked on the other side. Set back your leg, lower that kettlebell, load your hips, pop, kick. Step forward, step back, squat, rotational thruster. Bring it back down, roll to the other shoulder. Okay, step back, kettlebell comes down, load the hips, kick, step, bring it back, squat, rotational thruster. All right, let's do the other side. Roll, step back, load as you lower, kick, step, and rotational thruster. Rest for 30 seconds, okay? So next round, just gonna talk it out for the first 30 seconds, okay? I know it's a lot, but we'll get you through a couple of rounds. Just start to try and feel it. All these moves, lunges, cleans, you know these moves, we're just putting them together in a new way. So, let's get set. Set back the leg, lower, load the hips, kick, step, back, squat, rotational thruster, roll it to the other shoulder. Step back your leg, load the hip, kick and clean. Step, come on back, squat, rotational thruster, and shift sides. Leg back, lower, clean, whoa, kick. I lost my balance, so don't feel bad. Switch sides, all right, on your own now. Last 10 seconds. Perfect. Go ahead and rest. 2 more rounds, okay? And then we're going to cool it off. Let me know what you think about this flow. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I did a lot of deadlifts today. My hamstrings are yelling at me right now. They don't like this forward lunge back. All right, load those hips. Come on up, step forward, come back, squat, rotational thruster. I'll go through with you one more time on the other side. Roll it over, step it back and load, clean and kick. Step forward and back, squat. All right, now flow. Last 10 seconds. And resting. All right, one more round, and then it's cool down time. Woo. You've earned it. All right, one last set, here we go. Let's finish strong, okay? Everybody flow. Last 20 seconds. Last 10. And rest. All right. All right. Okay, from your standing position, let's take a big arm stretch up. Reach from your tippy toes. Reach, 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 reach. And bring those hands down. Exhaling all the way to the floor. Let's inchworm out into a plank and rotate left and right. Walk those feet up. Inhale, hands to the shins, glance up. Exhale, roll down. Roll on up, big circle. And let's reverse. Hands down. Inchworm back. Rotate left. Rotate right. And walk the hands. Roll it on up. We're going to do one more. Big stretch up. Hands down to the ground. Inhale, hands to the shins, glance up. Exhale, roll down and crawl out. Rotate left. Rotate right. Tiptoe those feet up to the hands. Inhale, hands to the shins, glance up. Exhale, forward fold. Gonna put the hands down on the floor. Take one big step back into low lunge. Open up that same side as your forward leg. Bring that hand down. Keep crawling around and work your butt to the floor. And roll forward. Use your hands. Crawl your way back to your regular lunge. Step it back into downward dog. Let's reach across for our ankles, side to side. And then take your other leg and step it forward, opening up that low lunge. Bring the hands down, crawl them around, lowering your butt to the floor. And then you're going to shoot your leg out so you're having a nice tall seated position. All right. So bring those feet, pull your toes back towards your face, open the backs of your knees to the floor. We're going to sit really tall on our sit bones. Goalpost those arms and stretch up. Big breath in, exhale, forward fold from the hips. Keep your back straight. Let those hands rest where they want to. And exhale, slide those hands back. We're gonna slide one foot into our hip and bring that open for a nice foot against our inner thigh here. Same process, sitting nice and tall, big inhale, and then we're gonna exhale, forward fold, stretching that hip. Nice deep breath, shoulders nice and low. We're nice and warm after our workout, so let's get into these juicy spots of these stretches, seeing if we can flex and relax our muscles in our stretch. Slide those hands back. We're gonna take the leg and bring it up and across now. You can open the hip a little bit by just pushing gently close to your inner thigh, not on your knee, pulling that foot in. And then making sure our front foot is nice and straight, taking our stretch up and exhaling into another forward fold. Shoulders low and spine long. Nice deep breath, and on your exhale, slide your hands back. You're gonna take that leg all the way over and across. Stretch up and inhale and turn into that leg. So if you've crossed your right leg, you're gonna turn to the right. If you've crossed your left leg, you're gonna turn to the left. Gonna sit nice and tall. And then gently unwind on your exhale. Let's take those legs out, sliding it out. I'm gonna take a forward fold in the middle. And I have to credit you guys really teaching this class for the last year, consistently doing forward folds at least on a weekly basis, up to 6 times a week. My forward fold has drastically improved this year. I could never have laid with my chest to my belly prior to 2020. So yeah, if you do the work, it happens for everybody. That's just the way it is. So let's do our other side now. Slide that foot into the hip and let it fold open. Nice straight leg. We're gonna stretch and reach our spine up before forward folding down into that. On your next exhale, you're gonna slide it back and go into the figure 4. You wanna open up that hip a little bit before taking your stretch. For our last one, come on up, take that leg all the way up and over, sit nice and tall, arms up and twist. Turn and look with your eyes, and then let's unwind. You're gonna slide that leg over and out. And then we're gonna take a little plow pose to finish today. So take your knees into your chest. We're gonna roll up, and you wanna kick those legs over. You can support your back and your hips with your hands. Try to get your legs straight as you can. And just take a few deep breaths in this plow pose. You can relax your arms to the side. Think about pushing your shoulders into the ground rather than being supported on your spine or your neck, using your shoulders actively to push down into the floor. And then nice and slow, let's roll that spine down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Let you know that you care about you. Thank you for doing this act of self-care with me today. Thank you for showing up. You're a superstar. I love you. Thanks for taking my classes. Thanks for bearing with all the changes. Next week, I'm going to upgrade at some equipment. So hopefully sound quality is going to improve. There might be a little hiccups, so bear with me. But thank you all for supporting me because it's enabled me to do all kinds of things and get new lighting, and it's been fun. So I appreciate it. Thanks for taking care of you today. Self-care is important.